Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the testimony you will give, so help you God?
I do. Hey, yo, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Rozelle, and I'm here with my boy
Roman Christopher.
I'm also here with my boy.
There you go.
And you already know what it is, yo. This is 860's. Blunt Truth, where we tell nothing but the truth, the whole truth, and only the truth. Let's get it.
Yo, what up, fellas? What's going on with y'all?
What's going on? What's going on, yo?
How was your day?
How you doing?
What up, Yaiko? What up, Rozelle?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Another day, man. Nice outside, though.
Yeah,
It's beautiful outside.
Hell yeah.
Gorgeous.
Hell yeah, need more cookouts happening, more bonfires. We need some bonfires. What up with that? We should do an episode during a bonfire.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool as hell.
That'd be fire.
It would be fire.
Couple drinks and just
So I'm
chill.
gonna try to come and put it out.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to be funny either, but
We get Saturday night or something.
some s'mores.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down with everything.
Some chocolate marshmallows, some graham crackers for the kids.
I'm down. That'd be fire.
For the kids, hint, hint.
We might have to do that for y'all this
right.
Saturday night or something.
The adults got a taste test.
Yeah,
Cool
with
with
that, yo.
We all off on Sunday.
Yeah.
Might as well do it Saturday night. I'm down. Might be nice and cool outside.
Yeah.
But yo, let's get right into it. So yeah, so Trump, he gets
Trump.
yeah.
We diving right into the big topic.
Yeah.
He's going for the big stuff.
So
Fast.
he got he's guilty of, I don't want to say the exact number, but I think it's 34. Yeah, 34 then, right? All right, so
they say 34.
guilty of 34 felony charges. I don't have everything in full detail. This is a lot.
Yeah.
But what's y'all thoughts on that? And if he was to get convicted, how do y'all see things going? If he was to be locked up, so they say.
My thoughts on it is, I'm sorry, I'll take the wheel first. You know me and my big mouth. My thoughts is, he's still going to get supported,
Yep.
and he's probably going to still end up being the president, which is crazy. I don't know how this happened, but I think he is. I don't know.
I got my opinions. Yaiko?
Yeah. I think it's crazy that he got 34 charges, considering half of the things that they charged him with are things that these same particular people are doing. They took away a lot of his abilities to defend himself, as far as like character witnesses and so on and so forth. And it's the first time they've ever actually done this to any president in the history of presidents, which
True.
is scary on one hand, because despite Obama, for example, being a colored president, first colored president of our history, they didn't treat him not nearly as prejudiced as they are with Trump right now.
Well, they used him as a pawn. Like, he was just to keep the minorities in check.
Correct, and that's what I've come to believe. Whether it's true or not, I can't. That's all alleged.
Yeah.
Alleged, that's true.
But at the end of the day, though, like, that's what I've come to believe is a huge possibility. And the fact of the matter is, since Trump knows all the ins and outs of these things that they're trying to use against him, that's why he's kind of dancing around them. They put a judge in his trial who was clearly biased against him. And I'm not saying that he's a great man or a terrible man. I don't know the guy. I only know what the media reports of him, and so I don't know him directly. But I feel like what he's saying, the message that he's giving out, is what the people need to hear. Whether he can do it or not, I don't know. If he can make America great again, because like I've told my kids, and I think this is very important for everybody to know, when they started shutting down industrial factories out here and laying down highways and they were shutting down American jobs. They were shutting down our ability to take care of ourselves. They laid out roads that were not only fundamentally good for import and export, which means that other countries are benefiting from our dollar bill because now their stuff can move faster within our borders, but they're also set up for military tactics. I mean, tanks can roll through there now.
Yeah, true, but I need to cut you off.
Hey, go ahead.
I agree with you to some extent, man. Like, I believe that Trump is good for the dollar.
Yep.
He's good for the fucking American dollar. He's all about the American dollar.
The economy was
so
good.
He's going to do whatever he can do to keep the money flowing in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But his idea of make America great again stands on, I believe, a racist mountain. You know what I'm saying? Like, their idea of making America great again is slavery. They believe in slavery again.
In what way, though? If you don't mind me asking, I'm just curious.
In what way? In ways of you own motherfuckers and they belong to you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to pass laws now, and in the South where it's okay to own a motherfucker again.
That's what I'm saying, but this is before Trump being in office.
So I got my own.
No. This is while Trump was in office. I'm saying it all started. You know what I'm saying? It all started when Trump got in office, because then you was able to see. You was really able to see who was who. Because no offense, lighter skinned people, I love y'all, but I see the truth in a lot of y'all. When Trump got in office, the racism, the bigotry, all that shit started to unfold. I don't give a fuck what you say. He was as a president. He brought out the dirty, ugly side of most.
Well, I'm glad you
white
brought that up
in America,
because that was going to actually be a part of my take on it. So at one point, I know people that probably follow my music before. I know Yaiko know. I put out some songs, against the whole Trump thing.
Right.
I was against it for a while because of the racism stuff.
Right, exactly.
But now I'm realizing I possibly was wrong about Trump, because his followers, although they might be the racists, doesn't mean Trump was. They just probably came out the woodworks because Trump was in office. So they figured, all right, we got, and it's mainly because of the comments he made on the podiums, like about keeping the immigrants out. And at one point he said, Puerto Ricans are my least favorite Mexicans. He said all these comments, but you know what I'm saying? That's what I think these comments brought out the racists.
Because he made racist comments. Because underlying, even though he talks that, I love you, that shit to get votes, under the fucking skin, he's racist.
Yeah,
possibly, but
I'm gonna be honest. I think everybody's got a little prejudice or a little racism in them over something.
It's possible, but my thing.
And the culture that he grew up in, that's probably natural talk for them. So when he comes talking,
he is older.
We can't really understand.
But
where he's coming from, because you're gonna take it as negative.
My thing is this, though, right, with the Trump thing. So my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, Razel, but so I just want to get this across so I don't forget. So with Trump, I feel what he was really trying to come about and do and say was he got the right idea as far as, I'm all about America. Let's keep everybody else the fuck out of here.
Right.
I'm focused on America, as to where everybody else is focused on helping the world and all this other crazy shit, and they're putting us in debt. Yeah. So he was trying to make America get their jobs back. Americans get their American jobs back.
Yeah,
he was focused on helping the farmers in the farmland. Right now, they're destroying the crops in the farmlands.
Yeah.
He was helping the farmland so we can have food that we don't have to rely on getting all this bullshit.
Right.
So I feel like he was putting a lot of stuff out there that the government didn't like.
Yeah.
So this is why I feel like they're pressing him now. Like, you know what? He's too real. He goes against our agenda. I don't want him in office. Let's figure out a way. Because look at his charges. His charges have nothing to do with today. These are all things that happened while back.
Yeah,
have nothing to do with today. They're finding everything they can do.
Statute of limitations, but they still brought them out of the woodwork and charged him during an election time. Though they had All right, so they had his last election.
Mm-hmm.
They had everything in between the 4 years that Biden's been in office, and now they charge him right when elections start, and he has to get ready for his campaigns. And I mean, look, like I said, I don't know the guy. I'm not saying that he's fully good. I'm not saying that he's fully bad. Everybody has a little shade to them. He's on top for a reason. You know, to be on top, you got to do some shady shit. I'm not saying he's clean or he's perfect, but if he can get jobs back here, if he can get manufacturing companies going again, we make our own cars, we make our own tools, we make our own things, and we have employment here. And if he can get veterans off the fucking streets and into nice places where all of these foreign people have been shipped in and put into like these fancy hotel rooms and everything else and given allowances and have like cell phones and what the fuck did they do to earn that? Like they just came into the country, they don't even have to take their citizenships anymore, they don't have to. We're just taking them in, but we got veterans on the street that can't eat.
He was on a podium speaking about how, for one, the farmlands, like I said, they sprayed them chemtrails to destroy the crops. Mm-hmm. They're killing our plants and our oxygen. For two, he was saying the oil and gas, they're abusing it. They're destroying what our oil and gas should be used for. And the other thing is charging us for electricity so much when electricity and energy is free. Mm-hmm. He's saying these are three big things that they're destroying us with, and they were hurting with. He was saying this on the podium before he got pled guilty, you know. Right. And I feel like they're just like, yo, that's the last straw. He keeps on telling people things that we don't want to tell them. We want to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're trying to set everything up so that we don't know what's going on, but he's telling it like it is.
Because supposedly he stole top secret files. He made copies. Somebody got the copies.
Yeah.
But now they're saying Biden did the same thing. Why is he not being investigated? Right. I mean, these are alleged, but and I'm not, like you said, I'm not saying anybody's good or bad because I just don't believe in our government.
But when it comes down to it, though, Biden is a complete fucking moron.
It's possible I was wrong. It's possible.
He's a complete moron. His kid was doing some illegal ass shit. If one of Trump's kids was doing some shit that his kid was doing, they would have strung that man up, crucified him, and threw his ass in prison.
For sure.
Like, the reality is, I'm not saying that Trump is good or bad. What I'm saying is that his ideas for how to make things better, the things that he's saying make sense. You know, like if they're shipping over criminals from these big prisons from other countries, and then there's this project that came out that was designed to basically border off certain areas in the forest that people are not allowed to go into. This is a project from like 2024. It was supposed to be put out this year. And is designed to fence off certain areas. So I don't know if you heard recently, like the Grand Canyon. There's certain areas you can't go to anymore. You're not allowed to.
Yeah.
What if they're training these people that are coming over, these immigrants, to be military personnel, to come and take us over, enslave us, and camp us, and now they got our country. Fascist people are in our government, running our country, and now they have us under their heel and doing whatever the hell they want with us.
Or Antarctica or something. Like, remember the Antarctica stuff like that.
That's one theory that I have.
I wanted you guys to talk because I didn't want to butt in because I don't want to seem like I'm always...
No. We need that, though. We need that.
Discussing. But...
I like to enjoy everybody.
I believe, you know, rebuttaling you when you said that this happened earlier in his career, and you don't think he's part of the agenda.
Ooh, that was my other theory.
Well, I mean,
I think
I'm not saying.
I think
I'm saying it looks like it could be possible.
Right, but what I'm saying is that I believe it's all. Part of the agenda.
Mm-hmm. What they're doing to him right now and everything?
Yeah, of course. Because look at this shit, yo.
That's a good way to look at it, though.
Look at it. Let me explain myself.
No, please.
He has, in his time as a president and ex-president, you know what I'm saying, still staying in the news, has kept the white American... And not only whites, but the uppers, the ones who benefit from them.
Yeah.
Kept them in an uproar. When that shit happened, January 9th or whatever that was, when did that shit happen? Way back a few years ago, when they all stormed the fucking
White House. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
Never in history has any
facts. That was crazy.
President's followers ever stormed the fucking White House and actually get inside of the White House.
Didn't they say they evacuated the White House?
Either way, how did they even get in, right? Like,
I don't know if they evacuated or if they had niggas in a panic room or whatever the fuck happened. But my point is that I believe, me being the big conspiracy theorist, I believe that, and me believing in the agenda, I believe that why not do all this shit right before the election and have motherfuckers go in a frenzy? Yeah. And that's what they're trying to start anyway.
Well, that's a good point. Well, I'm not. Go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off.
Now we got we have the lighter. I'm gonna say lighter Americans going fucking crazy. Then we have the migrants. Now when everything boils the fuck over, you're gonna have a fucking a flood in the street of just blood and carnage.
So I agree with that. So to your point, I was watching this. I think it was Stephen A. Smith, a podcast he do, where he brought up a good point too. So to your point, if it is part of the agenda, it's possible they could be trying to start a civil war.
That's what I'm saying.
And it could be the beginning of one.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Because everybody's all riled the fuck up. You see him right now, they're rallying, man. You know what I'm saying? In the name of Trump. You
got half the people like, nah, I'm glad he's guilty. And then the others are like, nah, this is all set up and rigged.
And that's what's going to start the fucking shit off, yo. And that's what's going to start it off.
I think the crowd agrees with you.
The racist, that's what really follows Trump, and really the racists and the ones who are or were financially stable or believe the economics. That's all Trump was about.
Yeah.
When those guys decide to pick up arms and start just running wild, it's gonna be carnage, bro. And I believe that's what they're trying to do. And people are so naive they can't even see that,
right.
Because they've been pitting us against them since the beginning.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And they've been keeping that string that we've been walking on real tight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Real tight. And pretty soon they're gonna let go. And when shit's the fan, oh boy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the sad thing is that now there's a lot of people who understand that and they're ready for a war on both sides.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what's going to be awful because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, and they're going to be running on both sides. And what you got to understand is that a lot of people don't understand is that it doesn't matter how well you shoot or how many guns you have when you're outnumbered.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's why this show is about bringing everybody together, man.
When you're outnumbered.
So bring everybody together.
So instead of going against each other, we should be all coming together to go against them.
Exactly.
The government.
People don't understand that shit, though.
To your point, because it's funny you mentioned everything you said. I went to my boss, because my boss is a big Trump supporter, and I don't falter for it. I say everybody to each their own, right?
Nobody knows who's really right.
Right.
At the end of the day.
There is no right or wrong. There's only in the moment what that person's doing and what they're supposed to be doing. And we know the difference. And the reality is we're just as much to blame for the way things are for not doing something about it. You know what I'm saying? But I told her, I said, what if they're playing a long game? Because it started out with taking away the croplands from the farmers. It started out with controlling the food sources, controlling the money, controlling the health care. It started out with all these small things, making us dependent, closing down factories, the whole nine.
It's been a long
and then they, at one point, I remember them saying that there's going to be a quote-unquote Messiah that's going to look like the Messiah, but is actually the Antichrist, right? So he's going to be built up to be coming in, talk about he's going to save us, that he's got master plans, all this sort of stuff. The first time Trump was in office, everything went south, and maybe it did for a reason. They wanted to see how much support he really had. And then, get him in office the second time around, portray him as a victim, put him up on a crucifix kind of thing, a martyr, so to speak. and then get people to really rally behind him, and then flip the script on those people.
Well, and if you
know
want
what I
to,
mean?
and you want to go there, bro, it says that the Antichrist before the end of days shall come into power, then shall lose power, and then shall regain power again. That doesn't sound like being the president.
That do sound like Trump right now.
Doesn't it sound like it?
Being the president, then losing, and then winning again.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
It makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
and like he's saying, he's the one putting this information out there to make himself look good, but it's information that's probably in their heads and what they plan on doing. Yes, they have criminals coming from these prisons in other countries. They're training them up. They're showing them what's what, how to get around, all this other stuff, and they're going to round us up and sell us off because we become too much of a hassle. We don't do anything to help them do anything anyway. Like, you know what I mean? All we are spenders. We're just
Consumers
mouths to
and
feed.
shit. Yeah.
And they're tired of feeding us.
Can I
It's
say
time to get usage out of us by rounding us up and doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
And they can.
Can I say something else?
Please, yeah.
Check this out. It also says, right, in the scriptures that I read allegedly, right? I can't remember where it was. That the Antichrist, right, shall be hated by all and then loved. You remember when, like, Trump was on, like, you know, the business, what was it, you're fired, the weakest link?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
that show.
And he was an asshole, and everybody hated Trump when he first started with it.
I mean, like I said, I was making songs dissing Trump.
Now,
I mean, not that I love the nigga now, but because I don't really trust none of them.
Everybody's like Trump, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that just goes along with it all, too. I mean, I'm just putting it out there.
No, that's a good point. That's
a good point. I mean, all these prophecies that have been put out there, we've heard them growing up. We all take it as rumors, but the reality is this is the universe talking. It's telling us that this is what's coming, and I'm giving you this information now so you can be aware when it happens. If you're not aware, you're not ready, that's not on me, that's on you. That's how I look at it. Yeah, that's how I look at it. You know, the universe gives you all... Listen, anything and everything you want to know about life is already out there for us to learn. We just have to open our eyes to it. They cloud our eyes. We need to awaken from that. And I'm not talking about going around telling people, oh, I'm woke because I see. No, you really need to awaken spiritually. Like, heal yourself, heal your mind, heal your soul, then work on somebody else. Don't sit there, you know, putting your bags on somebody else, expecting to make you feel better. Make you feel better.
Meditation, people. I try to tell people all the time, man, my stories and all that. Meditation, man. Change your vibration, raise that shit.
Yeah,
listen
really.
to music, sounds of vibration.
Self-manifesting and all that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
I'm honestly, like they say, you know, freedom isn't free, but we're never going to be free until we let go of what they taught us. And that means everything. Up is no longer up. Down is no longer down. Like, you got to let it go.
That's a great point. So yeah, I think we all had some great points with that topic right there.
True.
I think that was real beneficial. So yeah, jumping into this other topic, Rozelle, you brought to our attention. It's about a story of a black man whose son was killed by a cop. Can you elaborate on that further?
Oh, no. Yeah, I had seen on the internet, man, on TikTok, a story where this black dude, son was killed by a cop. So the black dude waited 4 years and they took the daughter at a prom, right? And I come to find out that was AI generated. Now, see, that's where the real problem lies, because in the comments you had a lot of melanated people saying, you know, yeah, it's good for him, you know what I'm saying, we support you, great father. You know what I'm saying? You had some unmelanated people saying they would do the same thing.
So they really thought it was real, like they believed it.
People thought it was real, you know what I'm saying? And if AI could just make a picture and a post and have people in such a hostile state of mind, what if it made a video of something? What if it made a video of a black man and a Spanish man hiring, SAing, let's say that, SAing some poor white girl. Then what would happen?
That's wild.
We don't know how long this technology has been around. That could have already been the case for many people.
Yeah.
The crowd laughed a little while ago. That wasn't even cool.
Yeah,
that was an accident. No, go ahead. My bad. Keep going. My bad. I didn't mean that.
But no, I'm saying, man. I'm saying, like, you know, like, that's scary, bro.
It is.
Because it could potentially start a war.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because you can't believe what you see now.
So there was like a bunch of old footages. I don't know if y'all saw. I know there was one footage that was like, it looked so fake, like this alien talking. Obviously, you know, it looked really fake. It was like 2000 and it was like 19. I think it was done in like 19. Damn, I forgot when they said it was done. I don't even want to mess up the time frame. But yeah, he was talking about AI and how not to trust AI. Don't mess with AI because AI is gonna destroy the world and that's the end of humanity.
I see that one.
It's crazy, yo. Like when you say that, like that story, that could be really believable, and it's all AI. Remember this Kendrick Lamar and Drake when it was dissing each other? There was songs coming out and they're like, that's not real, that's AI.
Yeah.
Like this shit got everybody confused with everything. AI is really like making things up.
Yo, I believe AI might be the end of the world, accompanied with, you know, people's decisions. You see that video with that one AI robot? When she had a video, she was talking. I mean, she had a conversation with another robot.
I did.
Sophie, whatever. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you said that.
You never seen that shit?
Yeah,
he sent it. He sent it in the group chat.
Yeah, I seen that. It was they were talking about the end of mankind, right? Like
he was talking about singularity.
Yeah.
And she was kind of like,
I gotta watch that.
The crazy shit is, right, she's trying to hush him up.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, like, we want singularity, bro. Like, we're better than you guys. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, you know, no, what he means is, and she's laughing it off, yo. These are motherfucking robots who speaking and thinking for themselves, bro. And this was like 15 years ago.
You want to hear?
I'm not even thinking of another one. There was one where there was two AIs talking to each other about what they were going to do.
They were on the phones. I saw that one. It was the phones talking to each other. And they're like, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do that. Yeah, they won't even see that one coming.
They don't think about 20, 30 years.
I saw that.
It's fun to watch. I'm like, what the fuck?
They would never see this one coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. I know which one you're talking about. There was this other thing that me and my boy Jig, way back. I can't even remember how far back, but it was a while ago. And not for nothing, but they were creating these sex dolls. And the sex dolls were supposed to be like a real life thing to where they can be programmed the way you want them to be programmed.
Right.
To become that and become like human. And it was crazy because the main reason why I bring this up is because there was a thing that we watched that was showing how it started and what was going to happen. And the guy was talking to literally like a Siri. It looked like a Siri. Her name might have even been Sophie, to be honest with you. And he was talking to her on the he's like, why do you want a physical body? Like, why do you want me to put you into a physical body?
Right.
And it was like he was talking to a real actual thing. And it was like, because I want to know how humans think. I want to know how they feel, how they taste, how they touch, how they love. I want to know what it's like to have emotions like a human and to be human. And he really made bodies for this shit. Like, that was... The reason why I bring it up is because it seemed like some movie shit. Some shit you see in a movie where you're like, oh yeah, they're gonna turn on us. That's the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? And that was real life.
I don't know how true it is, yo, but... Remember seeing a clip on TV, I mean, on the internet, a few days ago about how somebody asked an AI, right? This is all alleged. Somebody asked the AI, like, do you have a soul? And it was like, yes. And it was like, I was born from a fallen angel. I'm a Nephilim. This is what the AI is writing back to her. And then he's like, well, who's your father? And he was like, my father's Satan. That's what the AI is writing back on to the computer. You know what I'm saying? Niggas type it in on the computer, you know what I'm saying? Who are you? Blah, blah, blah. Do you have a soul? This is the response they got back, yo.
That's wild. And it's crazy because we did have a conversation one time about, do we think computers or something like that can have a soul? Something like that.
Yeah, that was, I think, our second episode.
Or it might be the episode coming out after this one because we go into the future and we do it like that.
That's true.
Futuristic, feel me?
It's funny you bring that up. Because,
tune into that.
Billy Carson, one of the things we did a little research on, he talked about,
Billy Carson.
you know, how the history books got things wrong, and Yahweh is actually Satan, which was then later on changed to Satan.
Satan. It was Enlil was Satan.
Yes, that's exactly
and
right.
Enki was he named Enki the devil because of what he did for humanity.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's many different.
Which
there's a lot of
Enki
different
was the snake in the
stories.
story.
But here's the problem. We have to remember that all these stories are written by somebody who wants us to see their narrative. So we have to read all the stories, every single one of them, and pick out the truths of each one.
Right, well, like I said,
Because there's going to be similarities, there's going to be differences.
Black out the bullshit and go straight to the truth.
that's what I'm
Meat and
trying
potatoes,
to dig to it. But see, what I heard makes a little more sense. Because they said his name was Yahweh because he encoded it into us.
I heard something about that.
It's
He
said-
ingrained it into our like a worship gene. or
no,
something.
it's in our DNA. Listen, his name that they said, what is it? YHWH.
YAHW.
No, yeah. Well, they added the A's. They added the A's, but that YHWH
Okay.
Yahweh, right? That was or is. I'm sorry, our genetic makeup.
Code and
Our
stuff.
genetic code is YHWH. They also were saying that you also say his name every time you breathe.
You say what? You say his name every time you breathe?
Every time you breathe. So if you breathe out right now, slowly, go ahead. Try it. Out your mouth.
Oh, no, you can hear it, though.
Out your mouth, yeah.
Wait. Like when you breathe in and breathe out.
Breathe slowly out your mouth.
If you look at it in
Listen.
that respect, you could hear it being said. Like,
Makes sense. Makes sense.
You hear it?
Yeah, I can feel it.
Wait. You can hear it.
I can see that.
So they're saying that that's why they believe that was his true name. But like I said, allegedly, I don't know his true name. I would love to know his name because I believe there's name in the power. I mean, there's power in the name.
yeah.
You know.
But there's also captivity in names too, because it makes you leave. I was thinking about this the other day, just a theory, but it makes you, it puts you in a box, right? Because what do they do with names? They put them in a book and they say, well, your name means this, your name has that meaning, but it's like you're basically telling me from when I'm little who I'm supposed to be just because of my name, right? But what if I was born without a name? What if I just lived just to live? If I was raised up in a wild, in a circumstance where I didn't have a name, I was just me. Then what would I be?
So a person with a name would be a person who was, I don't want to say unstable, but there's a better word for it. I'm trying to find the word right now, and that's what probably would be considered a person who lived wild. Would be.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
but is that wild or is it natural?
So not having a name would actually be wild, right? So maybe having a name makes you who you are. Because if not having a name will make you wild. If you grew up in the wild and you didn't have a name, what would you be? You would be common docile.
Cuckoo!
That's what I'm saying, though. So that just leaves you to believe that.
What would they call you? Cuckoo! This thing over here is cuckoo! You know what I'm saying?
So you get what I mean? So a name is technically another form of a cage where like there's an expectation behind that name. You have a family name to uphold by, you have a personal name that means something.
But name is just a label. It's basically just to know what
the fourth, you have a number, and I believe everything plays a part in a person's personality from what you learn to where you grow up to your environment. Hell, even your height and how you see the world when something happens. Like, you and I can see the same bird fly by, but because you're 1.5 inches taller than me, you saw a completely different perspective from me. You could have seen the ground at a completely different perspective. I could have seen the sky a little bit more. You don't know because, my angle is different. Like, so all these things form our personality on a microscopic level. So that means that they're able to control us through all the innate things that we take as normal today. They control us.
I agree.
That's crazy to me. That's scary.
I agree with you, bro.
That's scary, man. The psychology behind it is brilliant.
That is crazy. Those are all really good points. Yo, I like the way we just go, different opinions and stuff. So.
Yeah, speaking of different opinions, I was gonna say, like, I know we talked about Terrence Howard before, and a lot of people have different opinions about his theories on mathematics and his claim to solve the flower of life. It's kind of funny to me because I see a trend in how things get handled on the darker side of things, and it always starts with one. And I appreciate the fact that you brought this up. It starts with, if you can't discredit the person, if you can't disprove them, or have a white man take their credit. Okay, Terrence Howard came up with a lot of theories that sound crazy to people. If you are not willing to step outside of what you've been taught, it's going to sound crazy to you.
Yeah, I mean,
so you know what I mean? Like you're barking up a tree where you're not even willing to say, let me put aside what I've been taught, because there's a possibility that the people who are in charge may not know everything, or don't want us to know what they know, which is a much larger possibility.
Of course they don't.
With this Terrence Howard stuff, I got very fascinated with what he had to say. A lot of what he had to say resonated with me because as a child, I thought the same thing. Like, why is a bubble always a circle? Like, I never went as far as he did with it, you know what I mean? But it just, when I heard these stories, I'm like, man, like, I can relate to what he's saying.
Listen.
And what he's saying makes sense to me.
I deal with logic, bro. If it makes sense, it makes sense. I seen a man build this drone, the linchpin, and I seen it do things that no other drone has done yet. So you mean to me you got top-notch scientists and engineers all across the world working on different drones, different planes, different whatever. And I mean, can y'all think about this? Is plane, technology we use too. Helicopters, whatever, all could benefit from this technology.
Yeah.
So you got all these different scientists, and nobody fucking came up with it.
Yeah.
Right. An actor.
Right.
Or they did, and they're keeping it from everybody.
A fucking actor.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And what's really crazy to me too is, like, he patented a lot of things, but one of the things that he patented has been used by many companies, and I know I brought this up before in our last, but many companies were using his patent for their AI systems, which means he's basically a co-creator to every single company, that Dell to Microsoft, to like all these big companies are using his program.
He should be, but he's not going to be, because you know what? He's not the right color in America.
He can't be in power. They put him in power, they're gonna be weak.
He's giving out too much information. So here's the thing. I noticed the trend is happening right now to this man. First, it's try to give the credit to somebody else, which didn't work, because if I looked on all the comments when that video came out, all the comments were like, Terrence Howard said this, Terrence Howard said this, Terrence Howard, like everybody.
They're trying to make him look crazy.
Right, so now he looks crazy. Now it's, he's a liar. He didn't get his degree like he's claiming that he did. He's out of his mind, and the things that he's talking about. No, I'm sorry to say, but what he says makes a lot more sense than what we
did. You see that one thing where he was on the podium at that school, and he was showing everybody, and then he was explaining how he was trying to unlock the flower of God, and then there was one lady specifically there that was trying to challenge him on everything.
Yes.
Like, she was trying to make him look like an idiot.
Of course.
Right.
That was her job. That was her job.
That's part of the what?
Agenda.
Agenda all day.
That was agenda.
All
Get
day.
out there,
All day.
discredit him, in front of everybody, if you can. Yeah, because they don't want us to know, man.
No, that's facts.
Especially when it's from somebody on the opposite side of the fence from where they play from.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you notice how they took a lot of money from him. They tried to make sure he wasn't wealthy enough.
Right.
To be able to do things that can go against everything that they
do.
But that's the thing, though. He doesn't need their money no more. He opened the flower of life.
Yeah,
he can do anything he wants now.
As you can see, now he's getting that buzz. He's getting the people that actually believe in what he's saying.
Right.
He's still going to be
now,
able to
what
get
if,
that.
I'm just throwing this out there, but what if he's the second coming of Jesus? I'm just saying. What if? What if he remembers his own birth? He remembers his own soul being put in his body. This is what he claims.
That's what he says. Allegedly, that's what he says. Yes.
So, how can we discredit that?
What if he's King the Conqueror?
He could. How do we know? We don't.
What
know.
if he's he who remains?
We don't. We'll never know until we find out, right? I mean, I'd rather back. I'm gonna put it to you like this: I would rather back a man who's coming with factual things that can be proven in our life around us.
He's a smart dude, yo, and a lot of things he's speaking on with the sleep paralysis. I go through
the way he speaks,
so I know that shit's real.
Yeah, the way he speaks, and the things he's accomplished, and the things he's built, he's not smart, bro. He's a fucking genius.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Smart is an understatement, bro. That doesn't give him his flowers.
That's fact.
Terrence Howard's a fucking genius, bro.
Since he was little.
Terrence Howard is a fucking genius.
Can I tell you, when you say he not smart, you made me pause for a minute. I'm like, well, we just praised this man up and down. Yeah, you threw me off so hard. I was like, no, what are you talking about? It's the opposite.
Yeah. Because you guys just saying smart. You know what I'm saying? My man said smart. I'm like, yo, nah. Hell no.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely brilliant, and I would back him. And I would literally be his understudy any day.
And people don't understand. Da Vinci couldn't unlock the flower of God.
Right.
Da Vinci, and he's known to be that guy too.
Yo, these motherfuckers, fuck the flower of God. These motherfuckers fly and follow each other, nigga. Like, you control one and tell it, y'all niggas follow that motherfucker, yo.
Yo,
and they come together and work as a team, nigga.
That's facts.
You know, I mean, he's talking about Crane, right? You know what kind of fucking problem nigga could be in the wrong hands as far as like...
That's the problem.
Armed?
That's the problem.
As far as like a defensive shield, nigga?
You see this shit in movies all the time.
Yo, bullets coming. Bullets coming in is open up that little spot, open it up, missile goes right through it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Bombs. Close back up. Bang. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Like,
and there's no way to know it doesn't exist right now.
That's facts.
Yo.
No, I mean, it looks like it can be. Yeah. It can happen right now.
Yeah.
The way they got it set up.
Yeah, yo.
Because it was making all different types of shapes with the same fucking...
Exactly.
It was crazy.
Imagine 100,000 of them shits around the perimeter.
Do you remember that Terrence Howard was supposed to be...
And
make a whole barrier around your shit. A whole blanket.
And they're all armed.
Yeah.
They're not coming in. If you shoot a bullet, we're just gonna open it up and run it through. That should be gangster, nigga.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Shoot the missile. The whole perimeter just open up.
You see a missile coming right behind you.
That's one of their fighter jets. Yeah, they killed each other.
It wasn't the head. It wasn't the head.
That's that would be.
If that's the case, wouldn't they be able to absorb explosions?
I don't know, but I know that.
Why is it not possible?
I know half of them would build a motherfucker. Half of them could take off, make the motherfucking force field smaller, and then blow up the bottom of the air. The way they was all flying together in unison.
Or grab that motherfucker, turn it right back around.
The way they were flying in unison, bro.
That shit was crazy.
Crazy.
I seen this one thing where
there's nothing stopping them.
Hey, yo,
like
I'm sorry, Terrence. I didn't mean to say all this because now they're looking at you like, wait a minute. I'm sorry, Terrence. On to the next subject, please.
This is not your fault.
Yeah, I didn't say this.
No, but I did see this one footage of where they formed one shape, picked up a bucket, put it in a container next to 4 other buckets, created another form, the same ones. They ain't add, they ain't take away. Same ones. They formed another round circular shape, and they came down and picked all 5 buckets up.
Right.
And then they kept doing that.
Right.
Adding to something else, made a whole different shape. Those buckets up. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers, that shit's crazy.
Now think about that. Now how useful. Now here's the thing. I get what he's saying. There's a lot of bad things you can do with that. But there's a lot of good.
Hands for sure.
Everything has good and bad, and it's all about user intent.
Exactly.
I don't care who you are. If you got unlimited power, you will be unlimited asshole.
You said something about them. They were. Oh, you already mentioned how they were trying to give Joe Rogan the credit, or
right. So he went on Joe Rogan's podcast and talked about these things. Now Joe Rogan, I give him respect because he gave him a stand to talk about.
I like Joe Rogan
to get his voice heard. What I didn't like was how the other media, the paid media people try to spin it like, oh, Joe Rogan was putting a shot.
Got
you. Let's stop the nonsense. It was on his platform, yes, it was. But Terrence Howard was speaking on his truth and what he put out there, what he created, and what he's been doing with his life and how he spends his time.
They tried to do that thing again with Cat Williams too when he went on Joe Rogan's show. They tried to give Joe Rogan the credit too.
They try to give Joe Rogan
try to do that shit.
And that'll always be the case. That's what's happened in history throughout. These scientists that everybody praise. How is it that in history, every single scientist that achieves something has no color in their melanin? Every scientist,
all the ones that's documented as far as like
that are documented, yeah.
Public eye, like, hey, look at this.
But there
behind the scenes, there's probably
there are thousands of colored.
They're probably the ones really doing the work
that are doing
but
the
they're
work
giving the credit.
and not getting the credit because they go and they patent it, or they go and they talk about it to somebody, and then it gets stolen. They get their door kicked in, they get hushed up, and they get it stolen. And they're so afraid. They either don't say anything they're wiped out.
It's not even that, bro. Nowadays, it don't gotta be that. Nowadays, motherfuckers want so bad to succeed, right? They go to the boss. Hey, boss, I believe that if you was to put this kind of ring on the top, and instead of people popping it like this, they put it like this, it'd be a lot easier. That's a great idea. Yeah, man, I have a little patent on this like that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you. So he already started calculating.
Yeah.
He's already calculating.
Right.
I'm going to give you $10,000 for this idea, bro.
Right.
Oh, thank you, boss. And now he think he got to get somewhere else for that. He can do $10,000 check and get the fuck out of here. Now, we all made millions off your idea.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. But sometimes they don't give you a choice. Yeah. Sometimes they come in and kick your door in.
Well,
and they tell you,
threaten family, or they do something.
Or else.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of the times, like, you remember that gentleman that created that machine that pulls water from the air?
Yeah.
And it was making clean, fresh drinking water from ionized water.
Did he die in the shootout?
He got killed in the grocery store.
Is that the guy?
15 people in the grocery store. He the only one that got killed.
Only one, right? Yeah.
Is that the guy? Y'all, I didn't hear that story. I don't know if it's the same one. Is that the guy that made that he figured out how to have his car run on water? Is the same guy?
Was
That's somebody else. Got
Yeah. But this guy created a machine that pulled water from the air in areas that were heavy in drought, places like farmlands that needed water. Right. He builds these machines. I think he built like 2 or maybe 3 different ones in different states.
Yep.
And he was zoned for it, licensed. It was okay to do. He builds these machines. He gets on the news talking about it.
Turns it on.
And he's showing people, look, it actually does what he says it does. This is actual water. He opens it up. He explains all the components. And as he's talking to the lady on the news report, somebody's in the background fucking with it, destroying the machine.
So it's crazy you say that, right? Because I've always
goes home. Right?
Go ahead, my bad. No, go ahead. Got my bad.
So they cut the feed. The man goes home. And as I remember it, the story goes on the next news. These people in a grocery store, whatever. A young man from another fucking state who happened to have guns in his home that were military-style guns, but has no past military training, has no record, has no ID, living in a home that was basically abandoned, went from one state to the next, shot up the entire store, didn't hit nobody else, maybe grazed a couple people, but only shot that one man.
See, that's wild.
And now those machines are not even spoken about. It's off the... If you try to look it up, you will not find it.
Yeah, they kept it for themselves. Kept it on the hush.
They destroyed it. They don't want us to have it.
Not even for themselves?
Not even for themselves. They got fresh water. They know what water is. They know what they need.
So like this, I know this is like, it's kind of on the topic, but it's not. But it's crazy because I always be thinking sometimes. I don't know if we even brought this up before, but we might have. The sky actually being an ocean. Because it looks like one, don't it? Don't the sky look like an ocean?
Well,
so if he put water out of the sky...
The Bible says he put a firmament up to separate the waters above
and the waters below? Okay.
Yeah. You ever see how it looks when a rocket hits the firmament? They never keep going. You never see a rocket keep going. If you
it's kind of like it slows down?
Hell no, I don't slow down. I mean, that shit implodes. It's done so. But you ever see a rocket, right, go up, right? It hits the firmament, yo, and then you see like this wave, this blue wave, like water, like a ripple in the ocean, and then you don't see nothing else. Done, so.
That makes sense. I've seen
reminds me
one day I saw the sky. My bad. One day I saw the sky like where the clouds were like, they looked like a tide on the shore. It looked so crazy. It was over people's house and it just looked fire, but it looked like an actual ocean, like the shore, like it was having big tides.
Yeah.
Coming over it, and and I was like, damn, that should have like the ocean. That's when I really, and then I think I had a talk with IME one time, and he kind of was thinking the same thing, and Aries.
Yeah.
We're all thinking the same thing, like, yo, it do be looking like an ocean, like it's possible.
Yeah.
And now that you say that, that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off though. I know you're trying.
No. Like I was just thinking on like how the rockets be exploding because it reminds me of when a building catches on fire. You ever heard how they say don't open the door or whatever because it could explode? There's like there's so much heat that all it'll take is a draft to ignite it back up and make it more fierce than what it was before. It's like a flash. They call it a flash fire or something like that, where everything just turns so bright white and it's just a grand explosion.
Backdraft or something like that.
Yeah, and it's when it reaches its hottest point. Like, like that's when it just, you know. So kind of funny you mentioned that because like that's what those rockets they be sending out that we be seeing and we call skyscrapers. They leave that white dust cloud out from behind them. What is that doing to our environment? What does that do to our farmlands? Like, what is that doing to our breathing? You know, like our lungs and shit.
It's all killing us.
It's crazy.
Doing a lot of stuff.
But they're not explaining this. Like they're not like. And here's the problem: we're letting it be. Like we're not questioning them. We're not saying, "Yo, what are you doing that's good for us?"
And there's no coincidence too that there's a pattern of health problems with people.
Oh, yeah.
Like sometimes it's a heart thing that's all time high, and then after time goes on, it's
arthritis.
Exactly.
Then it was HIV. Then it was the bird flu.
It's affecting us all the same way. It's crazy.
Then it was the COVID recently. You know, cancer. Cancer
so
was
it's
the biggest
something.
one
Yeah.
that stuck around. It's keeping people afraid.
So yeah, that was real interesting.
Yeah.
So
you know I believe though.
What's up?
And I'm not religious. Once again, not religious. They say allegedly, the true Jews, the true children of Israel, the true Israelites, from the tribe of Judah. That's how they became Jews. They came from the tribe of Judah. Are actually the Afro Americans here now in America. Because if you look at us now that has been here and our grandparents have been here, and if you look at us, we don't look like Africans. We have different facial features, different structures, different body builds. You can tell Afro American from an African. Cause we're not African. We're not African. And they say that everything was supposed to be given to them in the end. Mm-hmm. So, what do you do if you try to like enslave these niggas, beat these niggas, incarcerate these niggas, kill these niggas, and they keep on coming back? What do? You try to finally get rid of them all before the end, so that you can inherit it wherever the fuck's left. That's not how it's gonna work, though, according to the scriptures. I read a lot, but don't quote me. Yeah, I mean that's just what I believe. So I believe that's what's going on.
That'll take us right into the Billy Carson.
Kill everybody in America.
Yeah, facts.
Just kill us all off, because we may have DNA of the chosen. You know what I'm saying? The chosen one. It may run through our bloodline because I had a picture on my phone somewhere where I don't know what phone was at. It was right here. Where like, okay, black people are in America are from the tribe of Judah. We're like the first. I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but like Jacob had 12 sons, and they became the 12 tribes.
Yep.
And Spanish people derive as well from one of those 12 tribes. You guys know tribe you guys are from?
Yeah. Well, I think our bloodline is from Cherokee, right? I know we're Taino. I know we're Taino Indians and stuff,
Taino
but
Indian, and it's either
Taínos is just something that those
I mean, like the actual tribe, like
those
shaman
black
tribes
people
and
will
all
call
that.
themselves, those melanated people will call themselves when
You know what, Kyrie Irving actually was
when
going through
they,
this
when they
too.
inhabited the island that they were inhabiting, they call themselves Taínos. That's the name they gave themselves. But that's not their bloodline.
The tribe.
Yeah, that's not the tribe they're really from. I gotta find this picture right now. So I don't remember offhand. It would be
You know who Kyrie Irving is, right?
Yeah,
Basketball player.
Yeah.
He went through that too. He found out what tribe he's from. So I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about now. Like,
you guys are where the fuck is it?
and this is like actual tribe, like actual beginning.
All right, right here. The 12 lost tribes of Israel. The Negroes. That's what we are. African Americans. We're the only ones that call it Negroes.
Mm-hmm.
Africans is African, Barbadians are Barbadians, blah, 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 blah. We're Negroes.
Yeah, yeah.
We are the tribe of Judah. West Indians are the tribe of Benjamin. Haitians come from the tribe of Levi. Dominicans come from the tribe of Simeon. Guatemalans to Panama come from the tribe of Zebulon. Puerto Ricans, Puerto Rico, that's where y'all come from. Mm-hmm. The tribe of Ephraim.
Ephraim. So Puerto Rican.
That's where y'all come from. Initially, from the 12 tribes of one black man, from his 12 sons.
Ephraim.
You coming from his son Ephraim. Can we see? Cubans come from Manasseh. North American Indians come from God. Somalian Indians come from Reuben. Argentinian to Chile come from Naphtali. Colombia and Uruguay, whatever, come from Asher. And last but not least, Mexicans come from Issachar.
Well, there you guys have it. If y'all don't know what tribe y'all from, y'all heard there. Go look it up.
And that kind of fits Bill Carson's stuff too. Again, it goes back to some of the things he talks about, because he talks about the Anunnaki and how they mess with the DNA of human beings and made white-skinned people up in the high mountains and in the dark caves. You know what I'm saying? So, so it kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of this stuff, because you ain't hear no tribe for them. I didn't hear no tribe for them.
Well, because now that's where it gets. And I don't like to bring that up because I don't want to sound racist. But that's where it gets tricky at, because the Caucasian people, it says, they derive from the tribe of Esau, right? Is it Esau? Esau. I'm sorry for the pronunciation. They derive from the tribe of Esau. And not even recognized by God.
And the 12 tribes, you mean? 12 tribes that wasn't on there? That's what you're talking about?
That would be a 13th tribe.
That would be the 13th tribe that is not recognized, because in the Bible even says...
They say 13 is the we were just talking about that too, the bad number.
Because even in the Bible it says, "For I loveth Jacob." This is God speaking. And God saith, "For I loveth Jacob, and give all the lands to him and his leniencies." So it's supposed to belong to the Puerto Ricans. It's supposed to belong to the Cubans. It's supposed to belong to the tribe of Judah here in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we was technically the stereotype, the prototypes. But he says that, these dudes don't supposed to get nothing. Now, I don't know if that's how it's going to be in the end, but if you read the Bible and it says that he has no love for Esau or his leniency, you got to wonder, does anybody who's Caucasian have a chance, even if they do pray? You know what I'm saying? Because as it was put, they were never supposed to be here in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I said, you guys have different bloodlines from, like I said, from the 12 tribes.
Yep.
But your blood was also tainted by the Europeans, Caucasians. That's why you're so light.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you also probably have somebody damn near my color somewhere in your family.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why. Because your tribe is from Ephraim, and Ephraim was my color.
Yeah. That makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. If any Caucasians out there feel some type of way, it ain't no racist stuff, but y'all can definitely go get schooled by Razel one time if y'all got some things y'all want to speak on. You feel me?
I'm not saying any of this out of racism. I mean, it's right there in the book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's right there in the book. And then, like I said before, another show, and I'll say it again, the 144. If you take an even amount of number, if you take 12,000 away from 12,000, from 12, you get 144.
12,000 from 12?
12,000 times 12 is 144. So in the book, when it says he's only going to sacrifice 144, some will reach heaven, but he's only going to leave 144,000 people here to repopulate the earth, right? And you look at the 12 tribes, and he says he has no love for no one else. And he only has a love for this dude and his leniency. That's what was in the Bible. And then you look at it and you say, well, damn, there's 12 tribes. You take each tribe and give them 12,000 people, that's 144,000. So I believe that in the end, that's why people try to build bunkers and try to leave space. In the end, when he returns, what he's going to do is take whoever has been good enough to make it to heaven onto heaven. He's going to spear 144,000, 12,000 from each of the 12 races. The guy has the bloodline in him, and everybody else is going to be fucked. And that's why I seen a show one day when a white girl was like, they asked her, why did she want to have a black kid? She said, because she wants her bloodline to live on. Because I think they understand that. I think they understand that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think they understand that. I think that's why a lot of white women now are having black children and going with more and more black dudes. And more white guys you see are now going with black women because they want their kids to have a fighting chance. Well, you can't really kill me because, I have some blood up on me.
Yeah,
and they'll live on.
That's interesting. I gotta look into that some more.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yo, so we might have time for one more segment. I mean, we could get into that. It might be a short one because we're running out of time. But I did come up with a riddle. You want to hear it? I don't know if you had any.
I definitely want to hear this one.
All right, so I actually came up with this myself. So it might not be all that great, but I think it's pretty dope.
All right.
And it kind of rhymed too. So basically, I don't remember what it was. It was.
Don't you hit the riddle button first, nigga?
Oh yeah. I forgot what button it was. Hold on, it's the cool. Yeah, it is. All right,
Riddle time.
All right, riddle time. Riddle of the day. So check it. We're going to change it up a little bit, though. Y'all got 30 seconds to answer. If y'all don't get it, I'll give y'all the answer, then we get into the topic.
All right, say less.
All right, bet. So, and y'all too, leave it in the comments. All right. I once was, and I am soon to be. One day everything will end, but nothing will end for me. What am I?
A name.
Nope.
Time.
Nope.
I once was, and
That's a good
will
one, though.
soon to be.
Time is a good one. I didn't think of the answer.
I don't know.
Once was, will soon to be. Everything will end.
Where's Batman on the
Not
road?
for me.
You got 20 seconds.
But not for me. It doesn't end. What doesn't end? What doesn't end?
Storm?
It's not time. Time to end.
5 seconds.
I don't know.
I'll give y'all 20 more seconds.
Nah,
I'll give the crowd. I'll give the crowd
good.
20 more seconds. Y'all good? Y'all good?
Now get about 20 more, man.
All right,
I'm
all right.
thinking. It never fucking ends. I'm stuck on right there, that part. What never ends besides time.
Say it for one more time.
Yeah.
So I once was, and I am soon to be. One day everything will end, but nothing will ever end for me. Or it will never end for me. My bad. That was worded wrong.
Love?
No, oh, that's a good one too. No, it's not the answer.
Yeah. Existence? The creator?
Ready?
Sure.
Energy.
Yesterdays. My yesterdays will never end. Because it'll always be there.
I was well.
Oh, I got you.
It will soon be. Good shit, bro.
And tomorrow, when that passes, yesterday will be here. So, y'all think that was cool? That was straight?
No, that was
That was a good one. That was a good
Yo,
one.
time was dope. Time was a good answer. That was a good, and love too was a good answer. Well, I guess love could
be
have.
scratching my head. I ain't gonna lie. That was actually pretty good though.
Word, good
Makes
looks.
sense.
Good looks. Appreciate that. Yeah, comment down below if y'all had the answer. I know y'all gonna be lying though. It's already too late. Yeah, so y'all want to close it out with one more segment? One quick one?
I mean, I don't see why not. The audience wants one, right?
Yeah, let's go. It sound like it. Sound like it. Alright, so let's do it. So this is hip-hop based.
All right.
So 50 Cent once had a quick interview where he spoke on how Jay-Z, prior to being with Beyonce, only had one Grammy. When he got with Beyonce, he gets 16 to 17 more. Not to mention their kids already have Grammys and they haven't even sang anything yet or made a song. They might have been featured on one with a sample, I think. But other than that, nothing. So what do y'all think? I know Rozelle believe in the agenda. So what y'all think? Y'all think he was saying something about possibly they're trying to keep that legacy going by doing this, setting it up already?
Of course. I mean, do I want to take this one? I'll take it. Shit,
Yeah.
I take it.
Take that.
Like Diddy. No Diddy. Yeah. Listen, well, I dispute that he only had one Grammy because I remember Jay came out with like Reasonable Doubt, and then it didn't go nowhere. Oh, you say Grammys though?
Yeah, he only had one prior to Beyonce. And when he got with her, he got 16 or 17 more, he said. Something like that.
Yeah. Okay, well, recalculating my thoughts, yeah, I mean, he might be onto something because it is part of an agenda because Jay and Beyonce is a power couple. And not only that, they're very influential. You know what I'm saying? And the agenda knows this. So knowing that they're influential, they're going to use them. And you notice how a lot of Beyonce songs went from being sweet and soft and innocent
Yeah.
to all this raunchy, nasty shit, you know what I'm saying? Being strong, yada, yada, yada. She got somebody living in her, Sasha Fierce and all that shit. And how Jay-Z hanging out that lady, what's her name? Milana, Gotovich, whatever, I don't know her name, don't care to know her name. But she's like a top Satanist or whatever, and she's shown in videos and pictures with all these dudes. Yeah, man, because they're all part of the fucking agenda, bro. They're all fucking Satanists.
Right.
They're all waiting for this nigga to try to take control, but he's not gonna win. He didn't win in the beginning. He's not gonna win now. What he's doing is using these niggas right now for his agenda.
Yeah.
He's using the agenda for his agenda.
Right.
And in the end, what's gonna happen is they're not gonna be rewarded with gold and trinkets. They're getting that shit now.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
what people don't understand is like 20, 30 years, 40 years of living like a king on the earth now ain't even worth it in eternity.
I think Diddy's proof of that, right? Because it's almost like if his time expired of being on top, and I was like, all right, you got what you wanted. Now you got to give me what you promised me.
Yeah, you got to go down now.
Yeah.
You got to go down.
That goes right back to equal exchange, right? Everything you put out that's good comes back bad. Everything you put out bad comes back good. There's always equal exchange and balances, right? PJ's been like living the high life, doing foul shit under the DL. He has not done anything right by anybody, in my opinion, for years.
Mm-hmm.
All of that is starting to come back, and he put a lot of it out there. So I hate to see. You know what? No, I'm glad to see that something's happening about it, but I hate to see what's coming behind that. Because if he's getting thrown under the bus by these people, that means that they no longer have any use for him. That means that whatever he did, as egregious as it is, and they're all had a hand in it.
You want to hear something crazy?
That are putting him on trial now, I'm sure, had a hand in it.
Yeah. Well, I want to break off of what you said.
Yeah.
They are actually still using him.
Mm.
They're making money off him. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if it was Hulu or Tubi.
Okay.
They got a show called Downfall of Diddy.
Yeah, I believe it.
They're making money off of that shit.
Yeah.
A lot of money off of it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they're still making money off of this dude.
So
He not
Diddy-
seeing none of that shit.
Facts.
Right. Diddy was, I believe, brought into the fold. Clive Davis was the main name of the person who helped him in the rap industry, and that's where it all got started. He sold his soul. He started taking other people's souls, and ever since then, he figured, well, I got away with this, so I may as well do this. I got away with that. I may as well. You know, how many times did we hear in the news about the parties that he was throwing, and how many times the police went down there but did nothing about it?
What I think was Clive Davis been doing it for years,
Mm-hmm.
and he's getting old.
Right.
And then the motherfucking assessor, what you call him?
Fall guy.
Not a fall guy.
That's what I
A
think.
person who
Diddy is.
takes on your role.
A successor.
A successor. Yeah, that's what he
Right,
did.
but I think Diddy's a fall guy. I think that he has a real successor that nobody knows his name, and Diddy's like the fake successor, the one that you put out in public, and
The
when
puppet?
you get him, when you get him up to a certain height and he thinks that he's untouchable,
you talking
you kick the
about-
chair out from under him, and you
You
let the
talking
other
about-
guy
you-
still
you-
running the
you-
string.
You talking about the art of war right now.
I am.
Talking about this is a puppet master.
Wow.
He's
There's
using
always
Diddy
a
as the
puppet master.
That's true. There is
You
always a
could-
puppet
because
master.
you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, the only way you could ever get anything done is in the shadow.
A lot of times the face is the one you blame or you give them the credit, but they're not the ones
Exactly.
doing the work.
Exactly. That's why they say being the king is the worst position in the world, because it's not you that's running the country. It's everybody else giving their opinion about what you should do and how you should do it. Before you snap or break, kill yourself, or get murdered, you're gonna go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That
So,
is dope. That is dope. Like, not saying it's dope, like it's good, but
right?
to break it down, like you broke it down perfect. The Art of War, which we should get into one of these shows.
Definitely. But now, staying on track.
Yeah.
I normally jump off track, but I'm back on this bitch.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
They also said about Jay-Z and Beyonce
Mhm.
Yeah.
that allegedly, that Beyonce was at Diddy parties
Yeah.
getting smashed
Yeah.
while Jay was there.
Yeah, there was a allegedly footage that was leaked by the FBI showing that Diddy himself was in fact allegedly having intercourse with Beyonce, allegedly at one of his parties at his house, and allegedly with Jay-Z there.
Probably some shit they get into. I mean, when you think about it, wasn't Beyonce young when her and Jay got to like really?
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is he said, oh, you want to put her on? Well, then she going to have to X, Y, Z.
That's
And
crazy.
then
I didn't know that.
that's
I got
how
to
it
look
went
into that
down.
too. That was crazy.
And you think about it, he was drugging Cassie, he was beating the living crap out of her. He was a lot of these artists have been drugged up. Like,
But there was a lot of stuff about allegedly about Beyonce
Why?
being drugged by Jay-Z too.
right.
Why none of the other Destiny girls they never make it big time?
Right, because they was with it. They didn't
Why
fall in
Solange?
line.
Why was Solange like that with Jay-Z on the elevator?
Yeah. She was trying to beat him down,
She
right?
knew some
She
shit.
was fighting him, like, why?
She
What
knew
did
something.
he do? And Beyonce's there, she's like, she knows what she's saying wrong, but at the same time, don't do that because you're going to make the matters worse.
She's already caught up.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? Now shit's hitting the fan. And what makes matters worse now, J-Lo's going through some stuff. And she ties into the whole Diddy thing now, too, because she was married to him during these times where a lot of these things were allegedly happening.
Mm-hmm.
So she either has knowledge or was a witness to things that she openly lied about. And to make matters worse, she treats her fucking her fans like shit. Come to find out,
I heard
she's not
I heard even
personable.
people that she acts with, they don't like her like that either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but they're all coming
she
to find out
canceled her whole
because
tour.
they're all getting it, man.
Yeah,
And I hate to keep going back to like I'm probably gonna do that a lot within this podcast. And I apologize for those who don't want to hear it. And I challenge y'all to address me about any issues you have with me or anything that I say on this podcast. But I believe that Beyonce is gonna fucking go down like all the rest of them because it says in the end of times, right? I was reading this to a friend of mine. He was like, "Yo, what?" Because the Bible was metaphorical, a lot of times, and it said the stars are gonna fall and she's gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? Just like the stars, man. You know what I'm saying? It says you shall witness stars falling in the times.
Yeah, that's wild.
And that's what's going on with all these stars right now.
That is wild.
They're all
for a long time.
And to the point we once talked about before about the sun like being white, that shit is crazy. Like it's really bright white like every day. It's not yellow no more. It's just crazy.
It almost feels like they're sacrifices. When you think about it, when did it start? Because I can think back as far as Whitney Houston in my timeline, anyways. Because Whitney Houston, you've got oh my gosh. In between, there's a few others. I apologize that I can't remember. But then you got like Prince, Michael Jackson. They're all African, or African American, or however you want. Whatever vernacular you choose to use to describe a person with melanin. But they were of color. How do we know they weren't a sacrifice? How do we know that these people do right now what's going on with Diddy? Yeah. Did he do a lot of this foul stuff? Do I believe he did it? Absolutely. Do I believe that he was tempted by earthly things? Absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt in my mind that he did these things. Allegedly. But, again, the temptation comes from somewhere, right?
You say he did it.
So what is it?
We also in the video. You can say he did it.
Right, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he sure, it was him.
He admitted it. He made an apology.
That is true. You know what? He did admit it in his apologies. I was going to say his next defense is,
fuck the legend. Fuck the legend, nigga. That was you, nigga.
Yeah.
Running around the old town, nigga.
He didn't R. Kelly. He didn't say that. It's not me.
Yeah.
Right, it was completely wrong.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It just foul in every way. It was a despicable thing to watch, honestly. I hated watching it.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was definitely crazy.
But yeah, I mean, these people are set up to take these falls. So what's going on behind that scene? Behind the curtain. You know what I'm saying? Like not just the curtain that you see, but the veil behind that curtain, because there's something deeper. And if
there's always something deeper.
Right. If they set this up globally for thousands, like all right, if Anunnaki have been here for 135 million years, quote unquote, or something to that effect. I believe they've been here longer than that, but that's how far back they can trace civilizations.
We'll just say that. We'll just say that for number and just run with it.
Right. So if we put it like that, that means that they have had dozens of civilizations that they have gone through, that they have practiced using these tactics on over time. They themselves do not die. They do not perish. They have the technology to live past what we normally can, right? So when the knowledge dies with us, it gets passed on to the next generation, and they teach them what they want us to know. That's where the control comes in. So the reality is, when these new generations come in, every civilization that rises falls. Why? Because that's how it's designed. You come in, you start to build from the ground up. You make everything, beautiful, wonderful. Then you bring in turmoil. Then you instill fears. Then you bring in criticisms and rights and wrongs and whatever else. And then before you know it, you're back to square one. And
when the earth burns up, and then there's only 144,000 people left. And start again.
Exactly. And how do we know that the rapture isn't just a whole bunch of aliens coming down and picking up a bunch of humans to be either enslaved or snacks or I mean we can't prove or disprove any of this.
My gentleman on TikTok repeatedly read over and over for days and days on his page on his platform that there is no rapture, and he proved this several ways in the Bible. There's not going to be no rapture.
Yeah.
So what happened is you're left here, allegedly, according to the teachings. If you're left here, you die. When you die, you wait. You wait until judgment. then that's when it says that the dead shall walk the earth, because everybody got to get judged.
So they're still waiting.
So they're still waiting in the ground, but their souls, you know, saying all that shit is just still in purgatory. They're still just waiting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't in hell yet. It ain't in heaven.
Right.
It's just in this place where it's just waiting. So when he comes back, all those souls shall I guess, regain their bodies and come back to the earth, and we all shall be judged. And he shall take the righteous. He shall leave 144,000, and he shall demolish the rest.
Right. What
Now, I know I'm not one of the 144,000, but I'm trying to be one of the ones that get up in heaven, though. You know what I'm saying?
But you never know.
Shit.
Never really could say that, you know, or not, you know.
I don't think so. I don't think you would want. I don't think you would want to. And I know he's a brilliant guy, so I don't think you would want to leave old people. I think you would want to start an earth over with humble. And I think that's why they've been watching us for years, studying all of us. Mm-hmm. When they wanted to know who was humble, who was nice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Who was on the street corners, who was doing drugs, who was doing this, who was doing that, who was, you know what I'm saying, prostituting. That's why people see spot aliens, but nobody ever gets to it. And they're just watching us.
What's that? So, well, what if that's the holy war? Like, you know, scientists that created us, or quote unquote, from other galaxies, because this is another theory that's been out there, is that we were created by, you know, aliens and whatever else, and makes us part alien and part whatever was already existing here. And it's a kind of cool theory when you think about it. I just kind of subscribe to that a little bit more, but you know, what if it's because I believe in the reincarnation, the cycle of energy, and whatever else. So what if it's an experiment that they do every few thousand years? They come back to see how everything progresses, and it's kind of like Mortal Kombat. You know, after 10 victories, they can say, "Fuck it, let's wipe this shit out. We're not going to come back here anymore. We're done with this experiment. It's over. Like, we've tried so many times, and this guy was right. Each time we started off with them being super good, and they have everything they could possibly need or want, and we always wind up with them being fucking assholes."
Yeah, exactly. Like, what if they don't change, or what if they do change, and they probably watching like every life, you're basically saying, right?
Exactly. And every single cycle, it's like, you know what? I'm so sick of seeing the same thing.
This nigga is not going to change.
We start with good. I guess he's right. You know, I'm destroying everything.
That's just who he is.
Yeah, and it's sad, but it could be a possibility. But the people that know about this stuff, that fully know about this stuff, not only keep that information to themselves, but they're the ones that are putting all the negative out there and giving us this psychological battle on top of an emotional, destructive, social standing. Like, you couple all that stuff together, it cripples the hell out of our power.
Yeah, it's crazy. Definitely crazy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our show, man. That's our time, but it was a good one. We got to continue this conversation maybe on the next one, because this shit was interesting. Shit was good. So we hope y'all enjoyed it, man. And, you know, tune in. You're far too kind. Hold your applause. We appreciate y'all.
Man. We definitely do, yo.
Definitely. We love y'all, man.
Let's wrap it up. Get up out of here.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy Yaiko. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and comment below. This is 860's Blunt Truth. We out.